Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, dear students. Hope you and your family in the best of health. Dear students, this lecture is for grade 10, subject chemistry, chapter number 16, chemical industries. Today we will do the exercise of this chapter, and that is the end of our syllabus. This is our last lecture. Lecture number 35. The self-assessment exercises, the remaining self-assessment exercises are same like the topics which we already discussed. This self-assessment exercise is different. That's why I'm going to discuss self-assessment exercise 16.3. And I told you the rest of the self-assessments are same like the topics which we already discussed or same like the questions of the exercise. Question is calculate percentage of nitrogen in urea. How can you find out the percentage of nitrogen in urea fertilizer? First of all, you need molecular mass of urea, and to find out the molecular mass, we must know about the chemical formula of urea. Chemical formula of urea is NH2CONH2, and molecular mass of urea, nitrogen is 14. We have two hydrogen atoms, so 2 into 1, because atomic mass of one hydrogen is 1. Carbon is 12, oxygen is 16, nitrogen is 14, and for two hydrogen atoms again we will write 2 into 1. By solving all these values we will get 60 grams per mole, which is the molecular mass of urea. Then formula is percentage of nitrogen is equal to mass of nitrogen multiply 100 divided by molecular mass of urea. Mass of nitrogen, as two nitrogen atoms are present in urea, so atomic mass of one nitrogen is 14. As we have two nitrogen atoms, so 14 into 2 will give us 28. Molecular mass of urea is 60. So 28 into 100 divided by 60 will give us the percentage of urea, a percentage of nitrogen in urea, which is 46.6%. So by this formula, or by using this formula, we can find out the percentage of any element present in a compound. Coming towards the exercise, select the correct option of the following. The first MCQ is the naturally occurring metallic compounds are called as all the metals which are present in nature, in earth crust, under the inside the mountains or inside the water. So they are called ore, gangue, minerals, rock. So they are called mineral. The naturally occurring metallic compounds are called minerals. Number 3, which of the following steps is not used in the extraction process of metal? Roasting, smelting, and decimerization are the extraction processes of metal except flotation. Froth flotation is the method of concentration, not of the extraction of metal. So floating is the correct option. This is the same. Third one. The seventh one, chemical formula of slacked lime is CaCO3, CaO, CaOH whole 2, and CaCl2. So the correct option is calcium hydroxide. CaOH whole 2 is the chemical formula of slacked lime. Number 8, calcination is the process in which sodium hydrogen carbonate is heated to get sodium carbonate, which is not obtained in this process. So what is not obtained in this process? Carbon monoxide is not obtained in this process. Dioxide, sodium carbonate, and water are formed, except carbon monoxide, which is not formed in this process. Percentage of nitrogen in urea, just we discussed in the previous self-assessment exercise, is 46.6. What happened when ammonium carbamate is distilled with steam? When ammonium carbamate is distilled with steel, what happened? Urea solution is produced. Urea solution is then passed into evaporator and then to Prelin tower to form prils or granules of it. So the after the distillation, the product form is liquid. or urea or solution of urea. Short question answers. Number one, what is slackline and how is it produced? Just I told you in MCQs that calcium hydroxide or CaOH 2 is called slackline, and how is it produced? The steps are calcium carbonate. When we heat it, it decomposes into calcium oxide and carbon dioxide. This calcium oxide, when react with water, will form calcium hydroxide, which is also called slackline. Question number three, write chemical reaction that takes place during carbonation in Solvay process. Carbonation means passing carbon dioxide gas through to ammonia and to ammonia solution, and then it will give us the ammonium hydrogen carbonate. This ammonium hydrogen carbonate then react with salt, sodium chloride, and after reacting will give us the product sodium hydrogen carbonate and ammonium chloride. Sodium hydrogen carbonate, which is also called baking soda, is formed. And this baking soda, I told you, sodium hydrogen carbonate, when it is heated, water will evaporate out, and then we will get the sodium carbonate, which is called soda ash or washing soda. Question number four, explain the process roasting with two examples. Some minerals are converted to their oxides by heating, and that heating is in the presence of air at definitely high temperature or a temperature. That high temperature must be below their melting point. If they will melt out, then they will not give us their oxides. They will give us something else, a molten solution. So this process is called roasting. For example, the roasting of zinc blende is zinc sulfide when burned in the presence of oxygen will give zinc oxide and sulfur dioxide, and roasting reaction for cinnabar, which is mercuric sulfate. Mercuric sulfide is mercurous mercuric sulfide when react with oxygen will form mercury and sulfur dioxide. Roasting reaction of copper pyrite ore is copper iron sulfide with oxygen will give us copper sulfide, iron sulfide, and sulfur dioxide. Question number five, write chemical reactions that takes place during urea formation. The raw material for the manufacture of urea are ammonia, carbon dioxide. So these two are the important, you can say, materials which are required for the urea formation. You can see that the reaction of ammonia with carbon dioxide, which are the raw material, will give us this product which is called ammonium carbamate. Ammonium carbamate is formed. That ammonium carbamate after distillation will convert it into urea or urea solution. That urea solution along with water means this is solution of urea in water. Evaporation of liquid urea and its granulation. The water evaporates out by heating, and then they are passes through a granulator where their pills or granules are formed, which are then stored and marketed. So the urea solution is concentrated in vacuum evaporator, which is then rapidly cooled and sent to the Perlin tower. Urea print the screws are packed and then marketed. Then market means then are ready for application or for use. Coming toward the long question answers. Question number seven, outline basic reactions of Solvay process. Solvay process, all the we discussed in the topic that it is a process which is used for the manufacture of soda ash, which is also called sodium carbonate, and side products are sodium hydrogen carbonate, and then for the recovery of urea, ammonium chloride, we will use all these as a products. So preparation of ammonical brine. Ammonical brine is prepared by dissolving ammonia gas in brine by passing ammonia gas into the concentrated solution of sodium chloride. Then ammonical brine is fed into the carbonating tower. Then they are passing through the carbonating tower. In carbonating tower, which is called carbonation, takes place where carbon dioxide is passed through the solution, and after passing carbon dioxide gas, it will convert it into sodium hydrogen carbonate. Sodium hydrogen carbonate, I told you, is called baking soda. In the lower compartments of carbonating tower, the temperature of the mixture is lower to 15 degrees centigrade, and it's this low temperature this sodium hydrogen carbonate precipitates out or solidified out. Then filtration, precipitates of sodium hydrogen carbonate are separated from the milky solution. By filtration, it is used as a baking soda. Sodium hydrogen carbonate is used as a baking soda. Calcination, some hydrogen, yeah, some hydrogen some hydrogen carbonate is passed through the carbonating tower where carbon dioxide gas is passed through them through the sodium hydrogen carbonate. Sodium hydrogen carbonate, after heating, water will evaporate out, carbon dioxide will evaporate out, and will give us the sodium carbonate. Sodium carbonate is called the washing. Sodium carbonate is called the washing soda or soda ash. Then preparation of carbon dioxide and slag lime. Carbon dioxide is produced by heating limestone in a kiln, which will give calcium oxide and carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide is fed into the carbonating tower from the top. Equal amount of lime and water are oxidized to produce slag lime. So slag lime is pumped to the ammonia recovery tower, and recovery of ammonia takes place. That solution contain ammonium chloride produced in the carbonation tower is heated with slag lime. Almost all the ammonia is recovered in this process. It is reused in the process. Flow sheet diagram of Solvay process. First of all, you have to draw the flow sheet steps separately, and then finally at the end you have to combine or merge all these steps. So this is the first step. First step, you can see brine and ammonia mixed together in ammonical or in reaction chamber, and then they are passed through the carbonation tower. In carbonation tower, the carbon dioxide which came from the calcium carbonate will react um, with the solution of ammonical brine. You can say ammonical brine. So calcium carbonate and calcium oxide will give us carbon dioxide, which is used in or recycle in the first step. Then two products from the carbonation tower are formed. One is ammonium chloride and one is sodium hydrogen carbonate. Then, as I told you, that write all the steps one by one, and then we will combine them. You can see we have different steps of the solid process, and then we will combine the steps so we get the complete flow sheet diagram. Brine and ammonia will mix in ammonical brine tower and will form ammonical brine, and then they are passed through the carbonation tower. Carbon dioxide is passed through this carbonation tower, and that carbon dioxide will react with ammonia and with ammonical brine, and then will give us sodium hydrogen carbonate and ammonium chloride. Ammonium chloride is used in ammonia recovery tower, and sodium hydrogen carbonate is heated. After heated, it will give us sodium carbonate and carbon dioxide gas. So all the energies are utilized. Then carbon dioxide, which is formed, is recycled and will use again and again in this process. So this makes this process, the recycling of ammonia and the recycling of carbon dioxide make this process a cheap process. Question number 9, describe composition of urea. If you see the structure of urea or formula of urea NH2CONH2, then you can see that this structure contains nitrogen, oxygen, hydrogen, and carbon. So urea or carbamide, which is also called carbamide, is an organic compound with the chemical formula CONH2 whole 2. We can write it separately NH2 or in a bracket with 2 outside. We show that 2 NH2 groups are present in urea. The molecule has two NH2 group joined by a carbonyl group, a carbonyl functional group. So they are joined together by carbonyl, because you can see C double bond O is a carbonyl bond or carbonyl linkage. So this structure will also called carbonyl structure or carbonyl functional groups. Question number 10, make a list of raw materials required for Solvay process. The raw materials, what are raw materials? Raw material, also called feedstock, is a basic material that is used to produce goods, finished products, energy that are feedstock for future finished products, and they are obtained from the raw materials. So raw material for Solvay process are ammonia solution or ammonia gas, and brine, that is concentrated solution of sodium chloride, limestone as a source of carbon dioxide, and slag lime. So we will instead of using these separately, we will use limestone, which will give us two benefits. Number 13, draw flow sheet diagram for manufacture of urea. You have to follow all the steps, represent each reactant, each product, reaction chamber, distillation chamber, evaporator, granulation, and storage by boxes. All we have to represent. Then join these boxes and show the direction of the changes or processes. The arrowhead will show us those changes. Then show incoming of steam in distillation until hot air in evaporator. In distillation, steam is passed through the urea chamber, while in evaporator, hot air is passed. So show release of ammonia, carbon dioxide, and water from distillation unit. We can see the flow sheet diagram. We have ammonia, carbon dioxide, they are passed to the reaction chamber, and in reaction chamber they will react to give us the and are passed through the distillation unit. In distillation unit, the hot air, the steam is passed through this solution. After passing the steam, the impurities are removed, and then this air is passed through the evaporator, and after evaporation, all the water will evaporate out and left behind the granules of the fertilizer, and which is called granular fertilizers. Question number 15, petroleum is a source of fuel. Yes, it is clear. Petroleum we use for running our automobiles, even in industries. We use petroleum for various purposes. So petroleum is a source of fuel. Name two fuel which are not obtained from petroleum. What are those two fuel which are not obtained from petrol? There are several types such as hydrogen fuel for automotive, for automotive uses, ethanol and biodiesel, which are also categorized as a liquid fuel. So all these rockets and those experiments are going on the earth with the help of these sources. There are several types such as hydrogen fuel for automotive uses, ethanol and biodiesel, which are also categorized as a liquid fuel. Then what has to be done to crude oil before it is useful? Crude oil is a mixture of hydrocarbons. So these are separated into useful products such as fuels using a process called fractional distillation in fractional distillation tower or in fractionating tower. So now dear students, this was all about the chapter number 16. Our syllabus is completed now, alhamdulillah. So try to learn all the topics which are mentioned in the reduced syllabus. So um, try to learn all the topics. Alhamdulillah, our syllabus is completed. So now, inshallah, we'll check your tests or your exams, and you have to revise your chapters. So, best of luck. Take care. Allah.